Good morning, Selena, and good morning, everyone. I'm here in studio with Napoleon. Please introduce yourself for those of us who might not be aware of you.
Bulavinok, everyone. My name is Napoleon Drose. I hail from the province of Serua and the village of Sanivuto in Dumba.
And this is not the first time we are having this conversation.
Exactly.
So we had this conversation back at university 3 years ago when we were still in first year. I was doing journalism and politics, and you were doing...
I was doing politics and management.
And in politics, we were assigned this project to come up with a budget for this imaginary country, and we were assigned as the Ministry of Finance, myself and him and a group of other friends. So we were at the library one day, just the two of us, doing a research on how to come up with this budget. We were both not great at math, not good at economics either, and then, as you have guessed, we went off track with our conversation, and we were just talking about, our lives, where we were before university. And I told him, well, I was a cashier before I joined the University of the South Pacific. And you said that you were an electric engineer before you came to university. Now, tell us about the transition. Why did you give up electric engineering in the first place?
I just think that there's more that I can give back to the community, Christina. As in, I've been hearing like as an electrical engineer, you go through phases in your life. You meet people, they tell you things that you don't even know about yourself. And through that journey of being an electrician, I met a couple of people who've told me that I have good tone in English. And I didn't think about it that much, because as an electrician, you come in at 8 o'clock, you just do your work, and then you go back. And I was thinking, since they are saying that I could do even more, I could do something to help my community. So it was on the pipeline, but I didn't think about it that much until I came back to USP.
No, you told me that there was an accident that you were involved in that really opened your mind. Instead of dragging you down, it actually made you set higher goals. And one day you told me in school that the scars on your hand, they're scars of victory. Now tell us about that experience.
I think everyone goes through their own experiences, not just me. Mine was more of like a rocky road, I would say. I went through that accident. Took time for me to recover. I had depression. I'll just be open about it. There were moments where I thought about, just committing suicide. Well, I just have to say it because I got burnt, severely burnt. My whole face had been ripped off. It was scarred, and people were just saying that you won't get back your original state of color. That actually demoralized me into because I had bigger dreams. I had a lot of dreams to accomplish, but those words actually tore me down. And I think it's God's plan, and I would like to thank my mom. It was through her prayers. Parents' prayers, it goes a long way. And I would thank Mom for that, and my siblings, my friends, they motivated me. Along this journey, I've lost people, like friends, and I've gained new friends. So far so good. I think it's a learning journey for everyone, not just me.
You've spoken like a true victim, and it's not easy to go through that and still not be afraid to set higher goals. And at this juncture, we would like to pay tribute to all electric engineers and families who've lost their loved ones through this profession. Our prayers and our hearty condolences to each and every one of you. But Nabo, going back to school now, the challenges will be different. How was it for you, and how did you strategize yourself going back to university after a good lapse of a lot of years?
I thought it was going to be easy, because I thought that I was I was good in talking, and going there was a lot of good students, like they were really better than me, and I was like, I'm gonna fit here. Plus there was a bit of rusty in my maths, so I'm glad I met really good friends who motivated me to just do my best, just go through uni. At the end of the day, we're all here to get a certificate, and that certificate goes a long way to recognize your hard work and determination in achieving that. So yes, it was a rocky road again. It
is indeed a rocky road, and it was quite a ladder for you to climb. Working as an electrical engineer at a small company, then going back to university. And we did mention that we're going to work really hard so that one day when I get to work at a TV station, I might get to interview you. And you said that you didn't want to just work at the national level. You also want to take it up notch at the regional level. So how does it feel now, looking back throughout your journey and standing on this mountain peak of personal achievement? How does it really feel inside?
It feels like a sense of relief that all the hard work paid off. Sometimes I think that God has a plan. He has put us in many situations. Accomplishment-wise, always give thanks to the man upstairs. We had that discussion about where are we gonna be
10 years.
10 years from now. But within a span of 5 years, I'm so glad I met you again, Christina. It was like a moment of epiphany, oh, Christina is here again, we're having this conversation again.
Yeah, but with different hats now.
With different hats now. And we've always talked about working not just for the community level, but the regional level.
Yeah.
Making change, impacting people's lives on a positive note, those kinds of effects that we want to do. And I'm glad that we're currently doing it now.
Yeah. So. For those who might be wondering where you're working at now, can you just tell us where you're working?
Okay. So, being an electrician, I've swapped, not really swapped, but it's a work in the pipeline. I've always dreamt about working in the regional level, as I told Christina. So right now I'm actually working on climate finance under this project for the Coping for the Climate Change in the Pacific Island region. It's a program for GIZ Pacific. We're actually based at the Forum Secretariat, and so far so good. I'm having a practical experience on regions' needs for climate financing. That's really a crucial topic nowadays, and for me to incorporate that perspective, I'm not really undermining my electrical knowledge. No, I'm actually, like I said, it's a pipeline. So in terms of integrating that into renewable energy ways of for countries to save costs, that's where I'm trying to. It's kind of like a linkage. So it's not a waste of
experience.
Time, of experience, exactly.
Thank you so much for that, Napoleon.
You,
any advice would you like that you would like to share with young people that are watching us this morning?
Okay, how I would say that don't be afraid to take that single courage step, because you never know the opportunities that are out there. And for me, taking that courage step, it has been like a good effort for me to do it. So I would encourage people, if you're a technical person, to further advance your education in order to see that it's not the journey doesn't just end there. It goes beyond that. You'll be surprised. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you for that, Napo. Now, Napo's story is testament that when you're down, your only option is to go up, and when you're on your way up, don't forget where you came from. And no experience is a waste. Thank you for that, Napo.
Thank you, Christina.
Thank you, Selena, for that. Back to you guys.